I brought homemade cupcakes to my daughter's bake sale, and the PTA president called the police. My daughter Ruby is 6, and that morning she begged me to bring something for her kindergarten bake sale. She said, "Please, Daddy, everyone else's parent is bringing something." And honestly, I couldn't say no to those eyes. So I stayed up until 3 a.m. making chocolate cupcakes from this recipe card I found in our kitchen drawer. The handwriting was my wife's. She passed away 2 years ago, and seeing it made my throat tight. It took me 4 batches to get them right, but whatever. I wanted to do this for Ruby. I walked into that cafeteria carrying 2 trays, and I was actually feeling pretty good about myself for once. Then every single mom in that room stopped talking. The silence hit me like a wall. They looked at me, then at Ruby, then back at me like I'd done something wrong just by existing. I set the cupcakes down on the table with all the other baked goods and tried to ignore how weird everyone was being. Ruby gave me a quick hug and ran off to find her friends. That's when I noticed the PTA president Darla whispering to a group of moms and pointing directly at me. Something was definitely about to go down. Darla marched straight over and said, "You need to leave." No hello, no introduction, just that. I was confused and asked, "Excuse me?" She got closer and I could smell her perfume, which was way too strong. "You heard me, leave now." I tried to explain that I was just dropping off cupcakes for the bake sale, but she cut me off. "I know exactly why you're here," and the way she said it made me really uncomfortable. She picked up one of my cupcakes like it was contaminated and asked if I made them myself. I said, "Yeah, last night." And then came the weirdest question. "Alone? In your house? With no supervision?" I didn't know what to say except yes, because that's how baking works. She turned to the other moms. He admits it, like I'd just confessed to a crime or something. They all nodded and moved closer. She set my cupcake down away from all the others and then demanded, "Where's Ruby's mother?" That question hit me hard, but I said it wasn't relevant. "Where is her mother?" Loud enough for everyone to hear. The other moms formed this semicircle around me, and I felt trapped. Darla announced to the entire cafeteria, "She's dead, isn't she? 2 years now, which makes you a single father alone with a little girl." She said it like being a widowed dad was something suspicious. Every parent in that room turned to watch, and I could feel my face getting hot. Darla grabbed all my cupcakes and carried them to a corner table away from everything else. She made a sign that said, "Do not eat, unsafe source," and put it right in front of them. Ruby's face fell when she noticed, and she started walking over, but Darla told her to stay where she was and let the adults handle this. That made my blood boil. Darla pulled out her phone and showed the screen to the other moms. On it was some kind of safety warning with my photo attached. The moms gasped. "This is him, the widower I warned you about." I had no idea what she was showing them, but parents started pulling their kids away from me. Darla raised her voice. "Single men shouldn't have unsupervised access to children. It's statistics. It's facts. I'm protecting our kids." This was actually happening. "From what? From cupcakes?" I asked. She accused me of getting aggressive even though I hadn't moved, and then dialed 911. She actually called the police. "We have a man here who won't leave and he's becoming hostile." She looked right at me while she lied, and Ruby started crying. Mrs. Adams, the principal, pushed through the crowd. "End that call." Darla tried arguing, but Mrs. Adams cut her off. "I've been standing in the doorway watching everything, including you showing parents that fake safety alert you created." 5 minutes later, 2 police officers walked in. My heart pounded as they asked about the hostile individual. Darla pointed at me immediately. Mrs. Adams stepped forward. "Officers, this woman created a fake document. She photoshopped his photo onto a sex offender warning from another state." The officers looked at Darla. "Ma'am, is this true?" Darla started screaming. "He's a single man with a little girl. That's not normal. That's not safe." She was getting frantic. Mrs. Adams showed her phone to the officers. "I have her group chat messages planning this harassment campaign. She called you under false pretenses." The first officer turned to Darla. "Filing a false police report is a crime." Darla completely lost it. "I'm protecting children. I run this PTA." She grabbed one of my cupcakes and threw it at the wall. Parents backed away from her. "You can't do this," she screamed. Mrs. Adams moved my cupcakes back to the main table. "Darla, you're banned from school property forever." The officers escorted her out as she screamed about lawyers. Ruby ran over and grabbed my hand. Her cupcakes sold out in 10 minutes. Turned out my wife's recipe won the whole bake sale.